Hello everyone, this is Polygon Wizard. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Minecraft 1.8. Today we're all up close and personal inside a new piece in the basement. I'll show it to you in a second, and then I'll show you our big new project that we're going to start today. Here we are in the basement, and we're staring at a door. You may be wondering where this door goes to. It goes to this room, which we've seen several times, but dun, 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 there's a new thing in the middle. I like it. It takes up just enough space to sort of break up the room. We can maybe put some other stuff on the sides. I don't know, decorate a little bit better. But as far as the room goes, I think this is a nice addition. But what is it, you may wonder? What is this cube in the middle of the room of nothing? Well, I'll show you. It's an AFK auto fishing farm. Or whatever you call it. Automatic fishing farm, AFK fishing machine, you know, whatever. Yeah, people call it different stuff, but basically you sit here with a fishing pole and you have to make sure your inventory is full for it to work. So you go here and you hold down the button or whatever while you're gone, key, whatever, just so that it's casting. You're doing this the whole time with a fishing rod. And the door opens and closes when you get a fish, and this thing will spit out new fishing rods to you, which go in here. I need to fill it up more. They're all in the hoppers underneath it. And then all of your loot goes into this chest. I haven't actually used it yet. I just finished building it. We have to, you know, turn the farm on. I'm not going to do it because I don't want a fishing rod. And then you just sit here, and then when you come back, you get all sorts of stuff. So if you're wondering how to build this version of an AFK fishing farm, Panda 4994, 4994, however you say that, Panda 4994 of the Zip Crowd, he has a tutorial for building this thing on his channel. I will try and remember and put it in the description for you guys, but if I forget, that's where you can find it. Just go to Panda's channel and look for his stuff. He's got all sorts of cool, you know, things over there. Definitely one of the more technical Minecrafters that are out there. So, that's enough of this room. We've seen it too much. I haven't done anything else really down here, other than listen to slimes. The only thing different is I put a few more chests in here. I haven't really done anything with the walls yet. I'm thinking I might go 3 high with the chests, even though I haven't done that yet. Yeah. If we put slabs in the ceiling, that should work. But otherwise, it is the same. Ouch. I really wish I knew what was with that elevator. Sometimes it works perfect, sometimes it gives you a little love tap on the way up. Alright, something new. It's dirt and grass. Ooh, it's spread all the way this far. This dirt is temporary for a bridge I want to build. I want to make the bridge walk part 3 wide, which is why I have the dirt that size. And then I'll have another kind of railing or something on the outside. I haven't designed it yet, or I don't know exactly what I want it to look like, but I do want it to have a little bit of an arc to it, a little bit of a curve. So that's why I kind of laid it out like that. So you can see what that looks like eventually. Just imagine a cool bridge right here. That way I don't have to swim across all the time. I'm getting tired of swimming. So we're putting a bridge. I may eventually get rid of this sand on this part and just make a walkway over to this thing. But I kind of like how it's buried in the beach a little bit, so I might just leave this the same as is. I have not decided yet. That is for the future. You can see my big spruce trees over here. I've been cutting them down a lot. So I like spruce logs, and I use them a lot in my basement, and we're going to use them a lot in this new build. So last time we finished our stables over there, and it looks pretty nice. I think that we are pretty successful. I was doing fishing, I got another saddle, so I have 2 saddles in there now. I have to do some testing and see which horse is the best for riding around, and I'll put him in his own pen over there. Right now they're kind of doubled up. And here's my thoughts, guys, of the future of this world. This farm these cows and these sheep, they're going away to some other location. I haven't decided yet. And this area is going to be kind of a courtyard area for what is going to be up on this hill back here that you see a little bit of cobble. So what is this? Let's go back here. Since my last world was a little bit more of a ranch theme, and this one we're kind of getting a little bit of a tower build here, medieval or fantasy, I wanted to continue with that. And we're going to build a castle up here. Sort of a medium castle size, I would say. Maybe large for survival, but this is the layout up here. And I've done a little bit of terraforming, which I'll show you in a second, to fit it into the hill that was already there and just make it big enough. But then I've built the walls down on the side, and it's not going to stay cobble. This is just the layout so that you guys can get a kind of overall rough view idea of this. But this is going to be cool because I designed it on, just a flat surface in creative. I've got it mostly designed. There's a couple small pieces that I need to figure out, but I've got the main kind of walls figured out. I've got some towers figured out. There's 2 different types of towers in this castle thing, and then there's a main sort of house keep throne room thing that's in the middle right here. That's what this part is. Oh, rain, of course there's rain. Boo! It's been raining a lot on me. So we got a bunch of supply chests up here. And let's see, do I have enough dirt? Yeah, we can do this. And we're going to probably do a little bit more terraforming here so that there's some cool grand staircase or pathway or something up to the main entrance, which is what I'm standing on right here. Will be kind of a gate. So let's just pillar up right here and we'll show you kind of a top-down bird's eye looking view. Now, keeping with the theme of that thing over here, we're going to be inspired by BOO in his new building series. He has a castle that's a small one that I sort of took a lot of design elements from, like the peaked roofs or the pointy rooftops of towers and things, but this is much bigger than his. But if you've seen that tutorial, you'll kind of see a familiar idea. His was smaller, so these are going to be towers, these little sort of circle areas. These ones are slightly bigger. Towers on the end here. So these ones that are 3x3 are shorter kind of guard towers where you can go up in with your bow and arrow and look out. And then these are taller, and so are these. They're connected to the house area. They're also taller ones that have a pointed roof. And it is going to be at least as tall as I am right now. I wasn't counting. But I think the tallest tower is the one in the back is like 35 plus another about 10, 15 for the roof. So it's going to be pretty tall. You'll be able to see it from over here. It'll stand up really high on this hill, which is why I wanted it up, so it could be kind of a focal piece. You could see it from different places. So you're out in the desert, killing some mobs at night or something, trying to get records or doing whatever, digging up sand. You can look over and say, hey, there's a cool castle. Or you can be in our kind of little watchtower slash... Maybe this is more of a lighthouse, but medieval style? I don't know. It's more, we'll say it's a watchtower. You look at the sea to see if there's anyone coming, right? Any enemy ships or friendly ships coming in. You can see them all in the ocean. But this is kind of the layout. If you're wondering what BOO's was, they were 2x2 little guard towers here, and everything was like a little lot smaller. I just bumped it up. Got it by 1 or 2 here, and then I was like, yeah, I'll make it medium. And then as I got going, I was like, wow, this thing is huge. But I have a whole kind of design laid out for this. I'm going to need a lot more materials than I've gathered even so far. I'll show you a little bit of the materials we're going to use. Then I'm going to go away for a little bit. Boop. There we go. And do a little bit of building and come back and show you guys. But see, we've got a lot of dark oak wood, mostly for the planks. We're going to use it for some... Like, this is the front of the house, and then there's kind of like a platform in front made of wood, and all the floors inside will be made of wood. Mix of dark oak and spruce. Then we use some spruce logs as far as beams and things go. That's kind of our log of choice that we've been using around the place, including over at the stables over there. Then we've got lots of cobble here that I was using to lay some stuff out, and I'll probably build up some of the towers with it. and then replace out the blocks later. So that's why I got tons of cobble. And we've got smooth stone, which we'll be using for stone bricks and some smooth itself. A little bit of dirt that I was using mostly for when I filled this in, which I'll show you in a second before we go away. Let's see, does that everything? Oh yes, andesite and hardened clay. Hardened clay, we're going to use a mix of blue and light blue. So that's why that is in there, because it gives it kind of a purple look, which matches my skin. So we're going with that color scheme. Pretty nice. Alright, let's find a place to dig down really quick. Bloop. So, as you can see, this hollow stuff under here is how it used to look. So I sort of built the perimeter of the wall, and then I filled in the roof with dirt. Most of it here inside the castle is only one layer. I may go back in and make it two. I haven't decided yet, because eventually the floor for this, inside of the courtyards of the castle, inside the walls, is all going to be kind of like stone, smooth stone, andesite, those types of materials. They're pretty blast proof. Plus, we're going to have it well lit up by the time we're finished, so maybe we need it, maybe we don't. I don't know. I've lit it all up down here so we don't get any mobs spawning and growling under the floors. So you can see this is where all the wall goes down. So this is sort of ground level for where I designed it. So I'm going to have to extend the walls down at a few spots to kind of tie it into the landscape. But just wanted to show you guys really quick. Since you guys haven't really seen this back here before, you don't have a point of reference. So now you do. Let's get back out in this yucky rain. And I will be back with you guys shortly. Oh yes, I've totally forgotten. If you guys are listening to me this whole time and saying, man, he sounds different, what's going on? Well, your ears do not deceive you. I do sound different. I have a brand new microphone. No longer am I restricted to cheap, webcam microphone that I have been using, like my $30 webcam, something like that. I forget how much I paid for it. It's not a very great sound, but it worked for, when I needed it. I've been wanting to get a microphone for a long time, and I've finally saved up and able to get one. And I have a Blue Yeti, in case you're wondering. That's what this is that I'm using right now. Blue is a very popular brand of microphones. They have the Snowball that many YouTubers and other podcasters and stuff use. And then the Yeti is another popular one that's a little bit more expensive, but it's really nice, because it has volume knobs on it. You can plug headphones into it if you want to monitor your voice. It's got gain on the back. It's got several different record modes. So I've used one of these before at a job that I had about 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. We had one of these around the office, and it was really nice. So that's kind of why I went with this one, because I'm a little bit familiar with it anyway. So I'm going to do a little bit of building here. I think what I'm going to do is take some cobble and lay out some of the tower heights so you guys can get a little bit of an idea of what this is going to be height-wise. And maybe I will build a piece of wall, or maybe I'll do that on camera. I haven't decided yet, but I'm just going to get to work, and I'll come back and show you guys what we got. So this is not going to be finished this episode. It's way too big for that. But I think we'll get at least some progress done, and hope you guys will enjoy it as we finish this up over the next couple times. This is kind of like our plantation house from the last world. It's our big project, not progress. Our big project was going to take a while, but when it's done, it's going to be pretty cool. So let's get started, and I'll be back with you. Clock wipe! Geronimo! Alright guys, I'm going to do a quick check-in. I'm not going to stay here too long. I just wanted to show you progress so you get a little better sense of scale. Here, I'm going to step way back here so you guys can look at it. Alright, back here at the farm. This is kind of what this place is going to look like height-wise. Now, these shorter towers at the front, they're as tall as they're going to be. A lot of the blocks on top are going to be stairs and other things. There's very little cobble that's actually going to be used in this build. Just some stairs for details and decoration mostly, and some slabs, but full blocks, not so much. However, I have tons of cobble from mining. It's what I got the most of. So for when blocking things in, laying it out, like, let's use what you got the most of, because, hey, it makes the most sense. So what you're looking at here is kind of the front couple towers. There will be a gate and wall sort of in between. And I haven't built any of the walls up. They're going to be about 5 high. These are 7 high. And then these two and these two towers are connected to sort of the main rectangle of the house. And then this tower and this tower on the outside are connected kind of on wings. So the house makes sort of a T shape, which I'll show you in a second. It wasn't in the overall layout that I showed you at the beginning. And then we have, the couple guard tower thingies on the side. So let's walk up here really quick. Also, these two towers in the back, that's going to be a bridge. I just put a one thing of cobble there just to remind me of the height eventually when I get there, so I don't have to think about it and count blocks later. I know where the bridge needs to go. So like I said, this here, we'll cut out one so we don't have to keep going. Will be the entrance. And like I had when I jumped down here at the beginning of this clip, water inside all these towers. So if you're wondering a decent way in survival to build tall things and not die when you come off of them, put water, use it. You can either do this and build a pool at the bottom, or you can take a bucket of water, dump it at the top, and grab it back with your bucket of water so that you don't lose it, and then jump into the stream as you fall down. Whoop. And that works, except I've got a bunch of torches on the ground, so I don't feel like replacing them all. So if you're going to do that, make sure it's contained at the bottom. You can build like a ring around it or something to contain any water that you dump off. I may do that in the future, because when I'm doing to do the roofs on the top of here, that will not be able to go into the inside anymore because it'll be all sealed off. So these are as tall as the tower part goes, and then there's another 10 blocks or so ish for the roofs on top of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of the shorter towers, probably that one. I think it's the shortest right here. Yeah, this one's 14. Here, we'll go through the heights if I remember them all so you know. This one's 14 to the edge of the roof. This one's 18. This fatter tower here is 15. All these guard towers are 7. Let's see. So that one's 15. This one is 21. That one is 29. And that one is 35 to the top where the edge of the roof will start. So, as you see, I've moved my bed out here so that I can sleep. I put a torch or two on top of each of these. Probably won't be a problem except for maybe these guard towers where I didn't. Oops. Where maybe, a creeper or something could spawn up there, but it's not that big a deal. I'll just keep going to sleep when the sun goes down, like this. So, I'm going to take a cue from the sun, going to step away from you guys. I'm going to build like one of the roof things on top of here, just so you guys know what that looks like. And anyway, I'll get back to work. Stop yammering and get back to work. Arr! I need like a contractor out here to keep me on task. And I'm back. This is the finished roof of one of the towers. So as you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks on top of where the tower ends. The fat towers go a couple blocks taller just because they start a little bit wider around with the extra blocks in the corners. But it's still the same basic sort of, pointy roof shape that you would see on, say, like a Disney castle design or something of that nature. The reason I'm going with this is, one, well, Beto had that in his castle, but I really like it because it puts a lot of color into your build. So with this roof, you see a lot of, you can theme it. So I'm using purpley, bluish purple looks for mine, which is the blue is the darker one and light blue is the lighter one, but because it's the stained clay, it still has a bit of that red color in there, so it turns out looking purple. And my house, I'm going to have an actual like purple glass window, and it actually fits with the colors really good. So it's really nice once you get all these roofs on here and other little bits, splashes of color all around the place. It really makes it have a little bit more personality than if you just did stone everywhere, which is why I kind of like this roof style. And if the side benefit is most of these, spots other than right here are taken up by cobblestone walls, so nothing can spawn up there except for right here. But any of the towers that are tall enough, or have this roof, are tall enough that it's not really going to matter. A skeleton or something could spawn up there, and even on this short one, it probably won't come down to get me or do anything. And if it does, that's alright. It's only probably on this tower here, maybe that one over here, that would be a problem. So I've tried to think survival friendly when I've been designing this thing and adding little bits and pieces of stuff that BWO didn't as far as lighting goes. So the wall is going to have some places where I put redstone lamps in it so that it lights things up all out here, and it will have very few just torches on the ground when we're done. That's far in the future. We've got lots of work to do. I am going to get back down here. Well, since I used dirt, I'll just dig. It's like I could jump into that water, but then we'll have the dirt pillar that we got to take down anyway, so we won't do that. I'm going to get a little bit more material here, and then I will join you on top of another one. We'll actually build one on camera. I had to reteach myself how to build this one, which is why I didn't do it first. But hey, now we have this handy D&D reference to look at. And I'm at the top of the tower now. As you see, this one's right next to us, so we can look at it if we want to. So I give you a view of our other tower and our stables over there really quick, because it looks cool from up in the sky. Now, what we do here to start with is we ring the outside of our tower here. Ooh, let's get rid of our sand and put this on the bar. I'm going to need a lot more stained clay to finish these off. I got to do some more clay collecting. It'd be nice if I had a mesa biome, but I have not found one yet. So let's see, this side it's purple on the middle. I do this part the same on all of these, just so there's some variety. No, we'll keep it the same. I could do it different here so these two sides facing each other aren't the same, but that's okay. Now we need, let's see, this pattern here. This is just my personal preference. So on here you can see this I've done the same. I flip-flop it on the sides, but then the rest of it I kind of just mix it on randomly, which is a little harder to do when you can't fly and take a step back, but that's okay. It works out in the end. So let's put a block here. We'll do that in that corner. And then this is the dark, light to dark at the bottom. We'll go ahead and do 2 dark ones there. Why not? We'll do it that way. And this one is light in the corner. Whoops, why did I do that? Alright, that's kind of the first layer down. Whoops, let's get the last bits and bobs here. So the first two is kind of just a ring, and then this is to make it kind of a triangle wedgy shape. So I've done it that way. And then these will all have stone walls except for the center ones kind of in the corners. So I'll add that like there. And then we'll go dark here and light on top. Here we'll do light and dark. Alright, we got all except for this one. Can I reach it? No, I'll have to get it later. So this, I'm just kind of picking some things at random here. Trying not to put too many of the same color in a row. Let's see. That goes in the corner. So as you see, we're kind of pulling things in as we go. It started out when I did this one, just like kind of BWO did it, but he had a 2x2, so it worked a little better. This one, with it being 3x3, I do a little adapting, and it looks better to have this on it. So it's originally just a ring and then going in one, so then it was like a 3x3. And then it was, you know, whatever, just shrinking in. But then I had to add these extra stair-steppy things, and it turned out being different. So we're doing it like this instead. All right. getting a lay of the land. We'll do it like so. Enough talk. Let's just build. Yeah, why not? That looks good. And here we'll do it dark. So now we've got kind of, whoops, I didn't get one in there. I missed it. No, I'll do it. No, that's way too much of that. Let's get some dark. Ta-da! Okay, this is the same where we get cobblestone walls in every part on that layer. And then here we'll add some in a minute. But I'm leaving gaps here to save materials. You could just go straight across. So this is like 3x3 without a gap in the corner. So we're just shrinking it in by one. However, I'm just going to leave the middle part there out so I don't waste material, which is always a good thing to do if you're building in survival. Whoa, almost fell off there. Okay, let's do dark. Now here on the sort of tippy points of the second wedge, so here's this wedge and then here's kind of this wedge, so it's like 2x3 with one in the middle on the top. That's what I mean when I say wedge. You can see that that goes up by 2. So here we're doing kind of a plus shape, so in just the center blocks. So I will do that here in a second. Well, with a block, not a wall. Da-ding. And we need to put cobblestone walls. I was like, I have more. There we go. In the corners. So these are the ones that are even with the top of the two tiles. So it's these ones we're placing right now. So having that one to show you guys is easier because as you can tell, when you're actually building it, it's a little bit rough. Ended up doing it kind of opposite of last time. Okay, then stack up. Cobblestone walls on all of your plus pointy ones. And then if you get shift and walk just to the edge or fall down to here, you can do it still, but you can put one in the middle while you're kind of standing on it. And then we just need a spruce fence. Back up a little. There you go, got it. So there's this roof done, built with you guys, and now we have the tricky part of getting down. I have put a little water down below just in case you fall. It's good to have that. I didn't put it on all sides though because I was lazy. It's also good to put like this little ring around stuff here if you wanted to do the water trick where you pour some water right here and then fall down, but we'll just do this. Whee! So there's those two roofs. We didn't do the stairs yet here. That's just the top row is upside down and the bottom row is normal stairs. So that's kind of like the 2 block below that, where that goes. You're just doing lots of block substitution on these things. That's what we're going to end up doing. So this is sort of the top part. It's the same on every single tower. So these 2 block layers will be taken up by stairs. The wider ones, can we see it? The wider ones that have the single block in the corner, it's slightly different. You still do this, but you connect the stairs in the corners as well. But it ends up being kind of the same feel. Then after that, we have some patterns of stuff that we add into these towers. We're going to have windows, and they're all set off by some fun, patterns of using stairs and logs and some stone walls and things to detail it up. Looks really nice. Then these also are the guard towers. They're a little different. They do not have the pointy roofs. They have more of like, I don't know, like crenellations or something on it. It's more of a flat thing so you can look out rather than a pointy thing that encloses. So that's all we have time for in this episode. I'm not going to do another epic 45-minute or 40-minute episode like last time. We're going to keep this in between 20 to 25-minute range, hopefully. I think that's about where I'm at. Anyway, I will catch you guys next time. We're going to get a lot of progress done. I might do some more building on one or two of these towers maybe before next time. Who knows? It depends on what I have the time to do and get finished. But we're going to keep building on this castle for quite a while. I don't know how long it'll take me in survival because it's taken a while even flying around when in creative. So survival's a little bit slower. Anyway, it's going to be fun. I like having big projects to work on. It's going to be awesome when it's finished. It'll be fun to do while we're doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.